Hey guys, JK here. Wanted to kind of make another KANON video because I'm having a lot of fun with her. So I have maxed out her sword to 5 stars, and this is one of the rare cases where there's a huge difference, I think, between the 4-star and 5-star. In fact, as soon as you evolve it to 5 stars without raising any levels, the physical attack actually goes up by 12, I think. So at 4 stars maxed out, it's 30 attack, 22 fire res, 5 jewels obtained. And then as soon as you evolve it to 5 stars, it's going to go up to 42 attack. And when you max it out, it's 50 attack. And as you can see, the rest of the stats. So very strong sword now. Definitely worth getting up to 5 stars. I've personally cleared all of the online, the multiplayer milestones, because I've just been online like constantly over the weekend. But I just have the offline stuff left to do. And that'll get the other one up to 5 stars as well. So I wanted to talk about how to most effectively use her in the extra level of the event, and I've played around with a couple of setups, and I think, you know, I kind of have a good feel for it now. As you can see, these are her stats. I've maxed out all of her skills. The first setup that I'm going to show you is, of course, you're going to be using the sword on every setup. That's kind of a given. But the first one is going to utilize the Snowman Hat accessory. And the reason for this is because at level 70, she's going to start off with 28 starting jewels, but what we want to do is we want to get her up to 32 so that she can actually kind of there's a fun little setup I'm using as well online, offline. But the reason you want 32 is so you can do 2 double cuts or whatever they're called, and then finish the Zahar off with a regular attack. The reason you don't want to have to do regular attacks normally is because as you know, he has a very strong counter, HP drain +1, which will basically take off like whatever damage you deal to him, he's gonna drain that back like 50%. So it's very powerful, and you want to avoid normal attacks as much as you can. So with this setup, you can do 2 double hits, and then you can kill him with the last normal hit, and it's very effective. You don't have to worry about the counters. This is, of course, keeping in mind that she is maxed out. I don't know if you can do it with a non-maxed out KANON. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Balt is actually my favorite wind element right laner, because not only does he do good damage, he doesn't have to rely on strengthening focus like a Holy Brawler does, but he also has the capability to heal himself using blood drain on the thunder element enemies. And also he has evasion, and he can buff up his own evasion and all that stuff. And evasion is pretty much the only real defense that you have against falling edge, so that's why I think he's the best right laner. But anyway, we're gonna bring her up to the middle here so that she'll definitely aggro the Zahar and not have someone else basically take the hit. What you could also do if you have a sniper is you can also headshot Zahar, but then he'll get kind of stuck up there, so maybe not the best thing. But you could headshot him once he comes down if that helps you out. But we're not gonna do that for this video. We're not even gonna finish the match. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you the first part of the match where you deal with Zahar at least. That's the focus of the video, and I'm enjoying this Enchanter Vanicus, because Enchanter comes with 3 move, and then you can put +1 move on her additionally, which gives her 4 move. And Enchanter abilities are actually pretty good for support. Not only can you buff up defense, like I can give my KANON Dark Enchantment right now, which will, you know, make her take less damage, but she's also able to heal, which I wasn't really familiar with because I haven't used enchanters that much. With healing enchantment, you can heal a pretty decent amount, and it also gives like a short-term regen. So I think this is a pretty good class that's overlooked in this map. So let's go ahead and do Dark Enchantment. And of course, we're not going to stand behind KANON because we don't want to eat that Retribution Blade. So she'll soak up the first hit. 86 damage because of the enchantment and her natural defense. Yeah, I'm not going to concern myself with the switch. Of course, we're not going to finish this match anyway, but I just want to show you the killing Zahar part. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and do this. This is probably the best setup for her for online play, because you cannot rely on your teammates to really take care of you or support you properly or do the right thing. So, okay, double slash, that's what it's called. So you want to do double slash. Does almost half his damage or half his life. Yeah, we're not going to concern ourselves with that. Let's go ahead and hurry up and get this going here. Okay, and then we'll do another double slash. Actually, it killed him because I got a critical in there. But normally it would leave a little bit of health, and then you can get that last normal hit in, which is good because she'll recharge her jewels a little bit. So that's the first setup. We'll go ahead and retreat, and then we'll go to the next setup. The next setup is specifically for offline because, again, you can't really control what other people are doing online. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a... Actually, we can just put a teddy bear. This is a good all-purpose choice for her. And we're going to give one of our other characters, let's just give it to Reagan. I'm going to give Reagan the Snowman Hat, and I think you guys know where this is going. I mean, snipers don't really need a whole lot of like specific setups. There's a lot of flexibility regarding snipers. And my Reagan's low level anyway. It's not gonna really do a whole lot. So, you know, you guys probably know where this is going. Just gonna do the same thing with Balt. Move her into the middle again to aggro the shot. And then we're gonna go ahead and just do a present for you. And that's gonna give her 25 extra jewels. And from there you can actually, I mean, you could do the double slash method, which is actually probably the better long-term play. But of course the more fun play is going to be using her master ability. And if you're maxed out with your cannon, the master ability will do approximately 1600 damage. And then the rest of Zahar's health you can just kill with one normal attack. And the reason why I say that maybe the double slash method is better for the long term, assuming you even survive the game, is because you can only use it once in any match, and once you use it, it's gone. So yeah, we'll do this. So you may prefer to use this on a demon, the dark element demon instead. But, you know, there's no guarantee that you're even going to survive that long. So, you know, sometimes it's best to just go ahead and use it. And of course, the last hit is just a normal hit. Then you get back your jewels, and because we have the Curious Doll, she has a pretty good amount now, enough for another 2 double slashes. So that is the second setup. And then the third setup is basically, what was the third setup? Using the Alchemist accessory, because that'll give her enough health to basically tank a few more shots. But the first two are kind of the most interesting, I think. And just makes her a lot more effective. When I go online, I'm going to always use the Snowman Hat because, again, the double slashes are that important. So hope you guys learned something from this video. And just a quick PSA because it's just on top of my mind right now. If you are a newbie or a low-level person hosting a match for the extra level, please be prepared to use 8 gems. I've been in so many matches where the host is a newbie, and we have 3 strong players, light, wind, and water. We are clearing out the map, but then we come up just a little bit short, and then the host, who has been carried the entire time, probably died the first round, refuses to use the 8 gems to continue, and we've all wasted 20 minutes. If you are hosting, please be willing to use the 8 gems. I mean, just be respectful of other people's time and effort, especially if you're being carried. And also, if you're playing a support class, just try to think, because I've run into so many bad supports lately. Like, I had one where the support was an Elizabeth, literally was standing in between Reagan and myself, which I was playing KANON. and my cannon needed healing, so did the Reagan, but the Reagan was like 2 or 3 turns away from the enemy reaching him, and I was right next to a dark element demon, and I was about to kill the demon. With one more turn I would have done the master ability, killed him. It would have turned the whole game around, and the Elizabeth chose to heal the Reagan instead, even though there was no enemy within sight, and I died and the whole game just basically fell apart. So if you're playing a support class, you have to use your head a little bit, make sure you're prioritizing correctly. And then what's funny is later in that same match, after the host did gem and continue, I was up against a lone like soldier type of enemy, and he was doing 1 damage to me. Reagan was taking out the demon on the left side, and the healer came to heal me, and I had to do the stamp like crazy, like, no, go heal the Reagan, please, like, for the love of God. And then finally he did get the message, or she, and went and healed the Reagan, because I was taking 1 damage the whole time. So just be observant, try to think through your actions, and everybody's gonna do a lot better online if everybody just kind of knows what they're doing. So, and also don't stand right behind the person aggroing the Retribution Blade shot, because you'll probably die or take unnecessary damage. But that's kind of like a jumble of advice, just fresh in my head because I've been playing a lot of multiplayer, as I've said. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys learned something about how to use Kanon. She's actually pretty solid. Not as OP as like a level 75 Sakuya or whatever, and I think that's the name, Suzuka. Oh my gosh, I'm butchering the name. I think it was the Suzuka. I actually saw a level 75 Suzuka run up to Zahar and do Retribution Blade and one-shot him with like 2k damage. It was pretty awesome. But Kanon, free character. Once she's maxed out, she's actually very viable if you know how to play her smart, and don't eat unnecessary counters from the enemies. So take care, guys. I'm really done now. I'm done rambling. I just have so much in my mind, and I don't want to make multiple videos. So hope you guys have fun online. I'll be online even though I'm done with the milestones, because it's just fun to play. And yeah, be smart and respectful of others. So take care.